Apple Watch Series 1 Review. You don't need a smartwatch. And if you think you do, paying more than a couple of $100 feels pretty hard to swallow. The Apple Watch is in year 3 now, and there are 3 choices: the fancy Apple Watch Series 3 that's also a phone, the Series 3 without cellular, and the entry-level Series 1. The Apple Watch Series 1 is frequently offered on sale throughout the year, and especially over the holidays. Should you buy it? The Series 1 name is confusing because it's actually newer than the original Apple Watch, now dubbed Series 0, which launched in 2015. In fact, the Series 1 debuted in 2016 alongside the now discontinued Series 2, but both of them shared the identical second-generation speed and smarts. But if you're looking to get a basic smartwatch and you're not a runner or swimmer, the Series 1 is still probably your best budget bet. But, keep in mind that the Series 3, for a little more, has battery life, speed, and extras like GPS and added water resistance that are welcome adds for serious everyday fitness users. The best part about this year's Apple Watch is the new watchOS 4 software. Like the previous version, it offers a bunch of new features, more heart rate tracking functions, an improved music app that now syncs albums and playlists in Apple Music more easily, and better fitness and workout features. And, in addition, a few new watch faces. Apple Watch Series 1 can use all these features. And, a year later, it still handles well. I wore one on my wrist again, and it's still good. In fact, for everyday use, it's everything you'd need. It also costs less than the Apple Watch Series 3. But it also feels like less of a great deal this year than it was last year. It's slower, and the price gap between it and the non-cellular Series 3 is smaller than last year's jump from Series 1 to Series 2. Here's what you're missing out on if you get a Series 1 over a Series 1: GPS, swim-proofing, a brighter outdoor display, slightly faster speeds, slightly better battery life, and access to a few Wi-Fi streaming features on the Music app and Radio app. This year, if you can get an Apple Watch Series 1 for half the price of the Series 3 on a sale, it happens, sometimes, it's definitely worth considering. If not, your better bet is the Series 3. Here's a more detailed look at the differences mentioned above. Editor's note: this review has been extensively updated since its original publication on November 19, 2016 to account for the new features of watchOS 4, a lower price, and comparisons to the Apple Watch Series 3. The rating has dipped slightly, from 4 stars, 8.0 out of 10, to 3.5 stars, 7.8. The built-in GPS in Apple Watch Series 3 and Series 2 tracks run data when running without a phone, and maps the route afterwards when you're back at your phone. You can't do that on Series 1, but you can still track runs with it and use it for workouts without your phone. If you're not a hardcore runner, the loss of GPS isn't a big deal. One thing Series 1 does get is the improved heart rate tracking features of watchOS 4. Resting heart rate and walking heart rate averages are calculated automatically. You have to pay up to get the Series 3 with cellular, and pay an extra monthly cost for data usage with your carrier. But doing so allows the Series 3 to stay connected, use GPS for maps, make calls, stream music, get messages, and get information like weather and news. If you're considering any sort of cellular watch, the Series 1 won't help you. But, if you're on a recognized Wi-Fi network, the Series 1 will connect away from your iPhone. It's best used in places like a home or office. I can't swim with Series 1, but I don't swim often anyway. It's splash resistant, IPX7 rated, so it'll survive hand washing, accidental showers with it on, and maybe even a brief dunk. But, in comparison, the Series 3 can be used for swimming in salt or fresh water up to 50 meters. There's a small key difference between Series 1 and Series 3. Series 3 has some clever ways of streaming Apple Music over cellular or Wi-Fi, and also has a new radio app that streams Beats One, Current stations, and a few radio stations, NPR, CBS Radio, and ESPN. Apple Watch Series 1 doesn't have these. Instead, you'll only play music by pairing to your iPhone, or syncing playlists and albums onto the watch. Syncing music requires the Apple Watch to be charging, so it's not instant gratification. But watchOS 4's improvements help the Series 1 feel more like an iPod 2, just like the Series 3. The Series 3 cellular model has 16 GB total storage, which isn't all user accessible. The Series 1 has 8 GB. Realistically, you're looking at about 2 GB of space for music storage. But that's more than enough for a basic collection of tracks to listen and work out with. Apple Watch Series 1 only comes in aluminum, with two easy-to-scratch curved Ion-X glass covering the display, not the more scratch-resistant sapphire on step-up steel Apple Watch models like the steel one seen in the photos here. Keep in mind, though, the entry-level Series 3 models have the same aluminum and glass construction. I prefer the lighter weight aluminum feel, but I picked up some scratches on the screen over time. Not a ton, but it's annoying. The more scratch-resistant sapphire only comes in more expensive steel and ceramic models, and you'll be paying a lot for the privilege.